What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants. No hate. So, you guys know by now, Aries is not surprised by anything anymore. Um, I've been that way for a very long time because time after time, people will make up all type of excuses. They'll stoop to any lows to try to justify, make themselves look good. Well, so there's a article by Marca Boxing, and they're one of the there's several channels that I look at for like different interviews, boxing interviews, boxing news, things going on, and once again, I'm just looking for some things, and I happen to see I get the notification rather, but I was looking for some things. When I get this, I see this interview once again with Malik Scott. And so Malik Scott says that Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder. We know the outcome of that fight. Joseph Parker dominated a complete 12-round shutout. Okay. Deontay Wilder wouldn't let his hands go. And I look at it and I say, because Joseph Parker would come in, throw his jab, he'd go down, slip down, throw the overhand right. He wasn't giving Wilder anything to hit. Wilder couldn't time him properly. Joseph Parker fought him differently from the way they thought he was going to fight. Now, I said I don't think that they expected Joseph Parker to move. Why? Because that's what Wilder did from round 1 to round 12. You know, from the very first to the last round, he went in there and ran. Why would you run if that's what you thought Joseph Parker was going to do? No, they wanted Parker to come in. They thought he'd come in. But what they thought was that he was going to run into something. I don't care how hard people claim Wilder punch. He's a tall, skinny dude, light in the ass, no leg strength, no type of nothing from the waist down. So basically, and he can't fight going backwards. So to try to prove that he could fight going backwards when he really can't, and all that dancing around, it wasn't effective at all. So the punch that Parker never ran into, like Helenius did, well, the entire fight he couldn't land it. But that's not the reason that Joseph Parker won the fight. So now, according to Malik Scott went from saying he's more focused on Deontay Wilder's mental health. Remember, after that fight, and separate interviews, not in the ring, but he said how he's more focused on his mental health, his fighter's physical health, than anything else. And all of a sudden, we heard that Deontay Wilder stayed in the cryo chamber too long. Right? That's what we heard. We heard that it was due to inactivity. But Wilder, at the end of that fight in the ring, said, "Nah, we're not going to blame it on that. It could be. We ain't going to blame it on that, though." But then they wound up blaming it on that. He goes on 7 Sports the very next day and contradicts himself as he always does. Yet people are always trying to find mercy, pity, an excuse to let's not blast him for what he says and does. I'm like this with anybody. Anybody. Now the excuse is. Now the new excuse is Deontay Wilder, he believed that he lost this fight to Joseph Parker due to him taking this ayahuasca, this drug that's supposed to like elevate, spiritual growth and enlightenment and all this kind of stuff. And the fact that he even says that is like, so you actually did an interview and said, I believe that my fighter lost the fight because he was taking a drug that's basically it's supposed to, yeah, like I just said, for what it's supposed to do for his spiritual enlightenment. And I mean, now you see, my thing is this, right? If somebody is speaking on my behalf about something, I don't need you to lie for me. I don't want you. I won't anything. I won't let you. So for you to say something like that with me, we had a conversation. Now imagine if him and Deontay Wilder was having a conversation about it, and say Deontay Wilder is saying, "Yeah, man, I think it was that ayahuasca that messed me up." Okay. On the other hand, right? Imagine if Deontay Wilder is saying, "Nah, man, they ain't got nothing to do with it," but Malik Scott just thinks, "Yeah, I think it is though, Wilder." So either way, if Wilder agrees with it, so now we got cryo chamber, we got inactivity, ring rust. Now all of a sudden we have this ayahuasca drug. Okay. If he disagrees with it, that means you're going against his will to tell us things that he doesn't agree with either. So if he agrees with it, it's still an excuse. But if he agrees with it, now all of a sudden, yeah, it's because of a drug I took. Now, if he doesn't agree with it, you're just going to take it upon yourself to say something that goes against what he's saying. Because I just don't understand how months later, right? Months later, here he comes now with this bullshit. And my thing is, like I said, I'm not looking for any excuse to give anybody about anything. What you do is what you do. But it just never fails when it comes to Wilder and his camp that it's always something. You ever notice that when it comes to this controversial nonsense, all these foolish antics, you notice like JD's and Shelly Finkel never get involved? Shelly Finkel with the whole, he was the one that led the charge, saying that they didn't sign the contract except to fight with Anthony Joshua for the $120 million simply because the zone would not tell them how much money Anthony Joshua was getting. And they knew that this fight was at least a $300 million fight. Let's not forget that. Shelly Finkel was very vocal when they asked, when Deontay Wilder was asked after a fight about fighting Vladimir Klitschko. And he stood there and said, "We're not going to put Deontay Wilder in there with the likes of Vladimir Klitschko. That he's just a baby." This man was all of 30 years old. So at the end of the day, yeah, Shelly Finkel has said things of that nature in those type of regards. But Glovegate, poisoned water, all this nonsense, heavy costume, this cryo chamber nonsense. Now we talk about ayahuasca and all that. You don't ever hear nobody else in his camp get involved with this kind of stupid shit. Now, if it was any truth to it, and it was something that they really stood firm on and believed, why wouldn't his team support him on this nonsense? Y'all gotta people don't read between the lines. They don't see things. From a business standpoint, there's certain things that you expect the management team to talk about more of, right? But bottom line, when it comes to right and wrong, you expect them. Look. For example, if somebody accused Anthony Joshua of something or say anything, and they think he's taking steroids, look at his physique and stuff like that, or whatever it may be, you think Eddie Hearn's going to sit back and just be quiet about that? No, because somebody's going to ask him, and they're going to know that no, he's going to stand up for the truth. You're not going to be dismissive of that type of topic. When someone brings it up, it's like you'll address it and then end it, and then, okay, bottom line, if anything. But nobody else gets involved. It's always, just like, for example, his brother was one of his main cheerleaders initially. Remember, he was the one trying to pick a fight with, what's his name? Remember that beat David Haye 2 times. The other British guy. But bottom line, he was Tony Bellew. He was the main one running his mouth, trying to talk, act tough and everything. Now all of a sudden, maybe the ayahuasca is why he was messing around with his brother's girlfriend. Who knows? Because now, isn't it funny how all these guys are silent, but now all of a sudden, Malik Scott. Yeah. Not that Wilder don't still have his cheerleaders out there, no. But I mean, notice how none of them are bringing that up, saying, Wilder, hey, look, man, you know, we've been solid, we've been close and all that, but your brother's putting this information out there, and that's wrong. I don't support that. No, they're not going to do that. No, but anything else they want to speak about as if they know it and it's factual and all, but notice how quiet they are about that situation? Okay, then. And his own brother put that out there. Do you understand what I mean? So now you look at, here we go again with another excuse. When I say this man is a poor sport and can't just take an ass whooping and leave it alone. Look, y'all, for every excuse that we get in boxing about why someone lost the fight, I don't give a shit if they wait and let some months go by. I mean, don't get it twisted. Wilder didn't wait. He didn't waste no time. The very next day, he basically sat there and was talking about the killer instinct thing and all that. And even Malik Scott alluded to that in that article, saying that he believed that that's why Wilder didn't have his killer instinct in that fight. But then Wilder sat there and put a tweet out talking about, when I had my killer instinct, nobody had a chance. And all this shit that he said, even in, you know, but did you hear him mention ayahuasca one time in that 70 Sports interview? Did you hear him talk about anything that was making him feel like he wasn't in there, he wasn't ready, or whatever? According to him, he had supreme confidence that he was going to stop Joseph Parker. So where's this coming from now? Where's this coming from? When you know that the only thing that you bring to the table is the one thing you've been bringing all this time, it's not going to change in terms of you getting better at anything. The only thing that may change is that you lost your last fight, you win your next fight. You understand what I mean? Or maybe you get knocked out your next fight instead of getting shut out in a loss. Who knows? But in terms of your skill set, no. No, he's as good as he's ever going to be. It's as simple as that. When you look at any time, and once again, when you win, we don't hear nothing about no cryo chamber, no ayahuasca bullshit. We don't hear nothing about nothing. But when you lose, it's everything other than let me give full credit to my opponent and then just shut up about it and go on to the next one. No, it's excuses. Malik Scott, I'm at a loss of words for Malik Scott to categorize him as a trainer, as a sharp-minded guy that, I mean, just, because really when I look at Malik Scott, what has he brought to the table that you see anything different in Deontay Wilder than when he was with Mark Breland? What have you seen him do better since he's been with Malik Scott instead of Mark Breland? You all made such a big deal out of Anthony Joshua going from McCracken to Garcia, from Garcia to James, from James to Ben Davidson. Even boxing personalities was, it's going to take years for him to mesh together with each trainer, and you can't just have, change trainers and you got it. Right, then all of a sudden he makes everybody look completely ass backwards and stupid because he goes out there and is like, what the fuck? Starting with Otto Wallin, a complete 360. Okay? So my point with that comment that I just made is, why you were so vocal about what AJ can and can't do? Based on, if you really look at it, no fighter has ever done this, or they don't usually do this and that. And okay, just like you guys thought he wasn't going to beat Ngannou because of Fury's performance. And how y'all basically just elevated Ngannou to be this monster, this. You can hit him with a baseball bat, he's not going down. He can take kicks, elbows, knees, everything. You know what I mean? Like Fundora, splitting open when You know, Tim Zoo got his head split open. You know, when he ran into Fundora's elbow, yeah, that would have been Ngannou, he would have broke Fundora's arm. Yeah, the way y'all made it sound, like this man is not human. He gets knocked out, all of a sudden it's excuses. Excuses. Well, it's only his, you know, second fight, blah, blah, blah. Everything that you wouldn't say before that, it comes out. And then this one comes with the he was sleepy bullshit. Something he just couldn't understand. He could not make it. I don't know what happened. And he got to the arena 5 hours early and they tricked him. And I mean, every fucking excuse in the fucking book. You know, I don't know what's going on with the mentalities of men. I know that people are changing just by the generation, the different concepts and ideas, the way people talk, the way they walk, the way they dress, the way they sing, rap, dance. I know it's just, you know, movie scripts, the way they shoot the movies, everything. We get it. And all change is not always good or for the better, for damn sure. But I really don't know what's going on in the minds of men or so-called men these days, where it's just so difficult for people to accept reality. I'm watching men ignore other men when they tell them that they'll knock them out. Completely don't acknowledge them. But I'm watching these same men get in their feelings and show interest in fighting a female. I'm watching men have nothing to say about their own boxing career. What's next for them? You know, they're not trying to inspire people. They're not showing you videos of them in the gym now, putting work in and preparing for the next chapter. No, but they want to jump on videos and have a lot of nothing to say about he said, she said, and street shit and everything that has nothing to do with the boxing. Men snitching and leaking footage and all this kind of goofy, girly, sissy shit. And I just don't understand like how these guys can look themselves in the mirror and not realize you have this stink of bitch all over you. I watched a guy, 6'3", play a fucking female that's like 5'7" in basketball. And I mean, this dude is playing this woman with everything he has. When he makes a shot, he's slapping his chest and jumping up and making all those stupid gestures and weird sounds. And I mean, he's really playing like his life is on the line. And then I realized every time I see him play, he does nothing but play females. So it made me think, are you scared to play men? And when he does play against men, they're just guys that's, you know, they suck just like he do. And I just look at it and I'm like, yeah, these motherfuckers are soft, man. I don't care how tough they might appear to be to you. These motherfuckers are soft to me. Men don't make excuses. I lost. Better man won. Leave it alone. Why is that so hard? Why? If you add up every excuse for every loss, it's clear that I want people to know, to think, to feel, to assume everything. If I lost, something wasn't right. Because if my killer instinct is there, if I feel 100%, if everything is all systems are go, nobody can beat me. Yeah. I just did a video about Rolly Romero, and I told you, hey, I don't know why everybody's talking about Rolly was exposed. No, he wasn't exposed. Rolly was exposed years ago. who in the hell watched Riley fight and thought they were watching a complete fighter? The guy was never elite. He was never top level. Do you understand that? He was never a top level fighter. So when you fight against other top level fighters, you see where these guys pale in comparison. That, okay, you can fight certain guys and win. Now you look at them, and if you rank them, was this a A, B, or C? Yeah, your whole career you fought nothing but C and D's. You've not fought one B class fighter or B minus in one. So how the fuck are you going to jump in there with an A class fighter and win? You know, just saying. It's always, but he has a puncher's chance. But what happened to skill for skill? You know, it's like how, like when I made that comparison, that analogy with the music situation, and part of my point of me even saying, like, now they're about selling singles. They don't even care about your album no more. So your whole body of work don't mean shit. Nobody's going song after song listening to your words, your cadence, your delivery. None of that. They don't care about it. All they is how much money your record sold. How much money you made. Or you with the big dogs. Y'all sold X amount of records. You should. No, it's all about singles. So why sit down and take the time to focus on putting an album together, but actually putting work into perfecting this album and making this the best listening experience that people can have and enjoy the music? No, why do that? It's all about just make a bunch of shit that all sounds the same. Nobody cares anymore about quality. So when these men make these excuses up, and then people want to make excuses for them, and then when someone, you know, tear into them for making these excuses, and people think it's harsh, I really don't care at all. But it's funny to me how these people get all of these excuses, and people, well, but you know, it's this, it's that, and I ask people that make excuses for other people, what is your life like? Are you that person that can't leave to work on time every single day? Whatever shift you work, you know how the traffic is. They might even have road work going on. You know it before you even get out there. They got the signs up. Yeah, they're going to be out here for the next 2 weeks or whatever. But every day, you should have left 15 or 20 minutes earlier. But nope, you wait to the last minute. You're running out the house, grabbing your keys, cursing and shit, swearing, slamming doors, sucking your teeth mad. Now you get on the road, you hitting the wheel and blaming every driver on the fucking road for you being late for work. Are you one of those people? Are you one of those people that had the same grandmother die like 18 times? So you keep calling out of work because you don't want to, like, what is your life like? Because if you can go out of your way to make excuses up for another individual, and on top of that, someone that you don't know, and you know that you're not even being honest about it, you have to be an excuse maker yourself. And this is why when you talk about people who's like a loser in life, no, it doesn't matter how much money you make, how much money you don't make, how many cars you got, how big your home is. No, that's not what it is. The bottom line is you are a loser because you're an excuse maker. You don't want to go out and do what you need to do. You understand what I mean? It's more important that you call out, stay home and smoke weed instead of going to work. It's more important that you have ounces of weed stashed away somewhere, but your baby's in the house hungry. It's more important that you get them new Jordans that's coming out, knowing damn well you're going to be short with your mortgage or your rent money. But now, you know what? I'll just borrow it from my mom. I'll just borrow it from my boy. And then when you can't get it, now you're coming home lying to your woman about what happened to you. Man, they short my money. I don't know what happened or whatever. It's more important that instead of feeding your kids, you going to strip clubs. Instead of spending quality time with your raising your sons and daughters, you out doing everything that you wouldn't want your daughter to do when she gets old enough, right? Yeah. I'm just saying, what is your life like? And I have to ask those questions. Why? Just to get people to think. Because a whole lot of idiots jump on this channel and just to put stupid comments in there, making excuses. And it's like, I don't care about you getting in your feelings. I'm going to say what the hell I want to say. But nothing I say is just to say it. What the fuck is your life like that you have to make excuses up for grown ass men and women for the bullshit that they do and bullshit that they say. You would never hear Aries stand up here and make excuses because something didn't go my way or didn't go one of my son's way or somebody else. For what? For what? When I say, for example, the blood was in Tim Zoo's eyes all night long, was I lying? Was I making that up? And the dude still held his own and was putting up a hell of a fight, even though he couldn't see. And the fact that he, lunges in and Fandora turns and his elbows here, him being 6'3", and Zoo, whatever his height is, yeah, right here. Yeah? Is that me making an excuse and me telling you what I saw happen? So if I say, I believe if it wasn't for the cut in the blood in Tim Zoo's eyes, I believe he more likely would have tore Fandora apart. And he wouldn't have that worry, and then round by round, you don't know if this thing is opening, if it's getting touched, if whatever. But bottom line, I don't say those to make excuses. Like I said, what happened, happened. You don't hear me, oh man, that's fucked up. They should have, no. I just give you my opinion on what I seen. I'm telling you what I saw. My opinion is based on the performance. Like, I think if it wasn't for that cut, Tim Zoo would have tore Fandora's ass up. All right? Okay. What happened, happened though. So I'm not making no bones about it. I'm not sitting up here trying to find something to say to credit Tim Zoo or take credit from Fandora. No. They both went in there and they fought. And I mean, damn, if you look at it aside from the gash, look at what Tim Zoo did to Fandora's mouth and nose. You understand what I mean? So, I mean, even with that gash and with all that blood in his eyes like that, he fought his ass off and losing all that blood. So these are not excuses. Learn the difference between an excuse and you giving your opinion on what you saw. I'm not delusional. I know what the fuck I sat and watched. But how much it affected Tim Zoo? How much, and look at, like I said, Fandora fought with his face fucked up like that. And basically, he used his jab. And that's pretty much what won the fight for him, was the jab. And the fact that, but at the end of the day, y'all, you don't hear me sitting up here making excuses and ranting and raving. I don't do rants. I speak the truth. And I just don't like when I'm talking to these fucking butterflies and worms and little cute hummingbirds. And the fuck are y'all doing in the jungle, man? Y'all don't belong here. You don't belong in the damn jungle. This is my point. So when I hear these guys talking, it makes me wonder what the fuck happened to men. You dudes are out here dating women that's wearing strap-ons on your asses. Let's just be real. You dudes are out here twerk dancing. You dudes are out here wearing ankle socks with the little ankle bracelet with toe rings. You're painting your toenails. You got hair covering your face, long, all this shit. And then you walk around here talking about, oh, mom, me and my girl. Oh, I thought she was a girl. My bad. Fucking. You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers, I'm just saying. Y'all out here arguing over other grown men, getting in your feelings, starting arguments with people in comment sections because they don't like the fighter you like, or they don't see the fighter the way you want them to see the fighter. You're getting in your feelings over men. What the fuck happened to men? Because since I've been a little kid, I've heard women compliment other women, and nobody thought nothing of it. Oh, she is so pretty. Oh, she has a very nice figure. Oh, she is so cute. Oh, I love her hair. Oh my God, she is so beautiful. You've always heard women do that. What the fuck has happened to men? What? I mean, the immaturity, the childishness, everything. Don't get me wrong, women got their bullshit too. But once again, what has happened to men? I'll give you another fucking example. I was in Walmart. This was a while ago, but I was in Walmart. They're getting some groceries. These guys are in the fucking store, and the guy's like, yo, she want to talk to you. And the guy's literally standing like, I don't know what to say, like the way a woman would do. And he's, oh my God. This motherfucker had a long shirt. You know how women like to wear their man shirt? He had a long shirt with some booty shorts on. He had on, like I said, the little ankle socks with the ankle bracelet on. Okay. He goes to the phone. He's like, hello. And he's talking to this female. And this is how he described himself. I'm 5'8". I got curly hair. I got chinky eyes. I'm thick. That's how he's popping his mouth. And I'm just standing there looking at this motherfucker. And I looked at all of them. And they see me looking at them. And I'm just like, damn. Like, what the fuck is happening to men? Excuses is some sucker shit. It's some feminine shit. It's some weak shit. But we keep getting excuses. Then when you have a fighter that doesn't make excuses, y'all hate on the fact that the motherfucker just accepted the loss and moves on. But y'all will make shit to bitch about. All these so-called men jump on a fucking keyboard and have so much tough shit to say. Have so much to talk about nothing. But these motherfuckers can't relate to the truth, to what's real, and say, you know what? I understand where you're coming from. Just move on. You lost. That's all. That's all. It's not the end of the world. You just lost. That's all. Come back stronger. Yeah, I mean, what do you want from me? Sympathy? Huh? Empathy? You want that same soft shit that y'all know for doing? Nah, Aries don't do that. I'm not built that way. I can understand frustration. I can understand heartbreak, heartache. I can understand hardships. I can understand when people are not in their best frame of mind because, you know, things have gotten to them and sometimes they go through it and you know, how many fighters have you seen get in front of a camera and say, hey, you know, I just want to apologize to all the fans, the people that support my career, the people that tune in to watch my fights, the people that tune in to watch me do interviews. I got upset. I said some things. I was angry. I felt so many different things. I'm not going to wait 10 years to do this shit later on when somebody decides to interview me and then we bring this up. No, I'm going to do it now. And I'm apologizing because what I should have done from day one, I lost a fight and my opponent was simply the better man. That's all. He did his job better than I did my job that night. That's all. It has nothing to do with no ayahuasca, no cryo chamber, no glove gate, no poison water, especially when I know my urine came back clean. It wasn't about anything. It was me not being good enough on that night. Simple. How many times have you heard fighters do that? People can't just leave shit alone. Now, just like I'm doing this video, watch these little soft, sensitive, fucking baby booty motherfuckers. But Wilder this, and I don't give a fuck about you or Wilder. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Don't come to me with no fucking crying and making excuses. This is the type of bullshit that I'm talking about. You come here, you come on any channel, and you're trying to defend something like this. Every time with this guy, it's an excuse, and it's a whole lot of people making excuses for him. So again, what is your life like? Because this is all you guys are doing. Nothing you say is going to change the outcome. You can close your eyes and clap your heels and wish all you want. Them losses to Fury and Parker's not going to come off this man's record. You can reenact the fight in your head as many times you want, but every time you watch that fight, or whether you watch it or not, guess what? Because it might be hard for y'all to fucking watch it again and take it all in. It's archived. Everybody can see it. And guess what? No matter how many times you try to reimagine it, everybody's going to see he got his ass whooped. Plain and simple. let me make this clear. I like Anthony Joshua as a fighter. The Charlos, Inoue, Shields, Baumgartner, whoever. Okay? When they win, I don't have that if they win, I win mentality. No, they win, they win. For me, it's like, yeah, that was a good fight. Yeah. So what we doing later? This, that, or whatever. Or we could talk about the fight, but what we're not doing is arguing about shit and, oh man, and debating. And, no, I don't worship. I don't pray. No. In fact, if I didn't do boxing news, it's even less conversation. Like when I finish, no, I'm not one of these guys, and I don't want to put a picture in your head like all I do is sit around and talk about boxing. Or no, I have a life, I have a family, I have love going on in my life. Look, let me tell y'all something. Once you get to a point where you start making up excuses for people, when you make excuses for yourself, you will never improve when you can't accept the reality of where you are. If you go, anybody who takes care of themselves, if you go to a gym, you see people come in the gym and do all types of stupid shit, don't you? Like taking a set of dumbbells and trying to do push-ups and then fall flat on their face, dislocate the shoulder, knock the teeth out. I've seen that shit happen in person and on video. You've seen people come into the gym, climb on top of a fucking, like the Olympic machines and all that, the universal machines, climb to the top of that motherfucker, lock their legs around and do sit-ups. And all they're trying to do is show off. You've seen people stand up there and try to squat so much weight till their legs tremble and they fall. Yeah, I've seen it. And that bone come popping out through the side of the, yeah, I've seen that shit happen. I've seen people come into a regular gym, a Planet Fitness, a Crunch Fitness, a Retro Fit, a regular type of gym, a LA Fitness, bringing boxing equipment, putting up them, yeah, they got the suction cup type speed, where they get thrown out the gym. Like, what are you doing, man? We don't bring this stuff here. No. All because why? They've watched YouTube and seen some people trying to show off. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym and try to, yeah, all they want is attention. You tell me this, because a lot of people don't have equipment home. Then you have people like myself. I have a full gym home. I don't even have to go to a gym. I have everything I need in my home, right? Okay? But let's say they do both. Do you think that when they're home, they're climbing on top of shit that's like 8 feet tall to do fucking sit-ups on? No. They want to make sure. That's why they come in, they do all types of stupid shit. I mean, I see a motherfucker literally went and took the jump box, the portable one, you put it up and move it up and down in height. He put it, he's looking, then he runs. He wants to make sure everybody's watching him, because that alone is probably going to get people going, what the fuck is this fool about to do? And he runs, he jumps off, spring, grab this shit and swing. And I'm trying to do some Spider-Man shit, and I'm just looking like, shaking my head like, wow. And next thing I know, I saw his ass getting escorted out of the gym. And I'm just like, good. Because if this dumb motherfucker falls off and breaks his neck, okay, and kills himself or fall, hit his and crack his spine and become crippled, all behind what? Since when do we need all this shit to get the type of workout we need? No. All this extra bullshit. Once again, these fucking men coming in here doing dumb shit. How you got females coming to the gym and they're recording people. They got their camera up, then they go do voiceovers and they're narrating, talk about how this creep is watching me and oh he's these people come to the gym trying to find women and all this kind of, yeah. And you guys are coming in here trying to show off, trying to get attention. You guys are walking around in the gym looking like women. You know the machine, the glutes machine, the one you sit down, you sit down and the pads go on outside of your thighs and you open your legs, okay? That's a glute machine. That's for your glutes, yeah. But when men do it, you sit straight up. The women stand up, hold a machine, and stick their ass out. This is how the men are doing it now. What's going on with you men? And I have to ask this shit because, see, I'm the type of person, I can say something to you right now in 2024, 2026. And some of y'all will be going, damn, Aries, I remember you made this video 2 years ago and you said such and such a thing. And I'm seeing it so much, it's like, damn, you was so right. You called this shit, bro. It's just common sense, just observing what's going on around you. That's all. It's nothing special. What the fuck happened to men? What are we doing? We're supposed to be gladiators, warriors, right in that ring, but no, can't take a loss. I don't know what happened to me. I never experienced this, anything like this. I don't know what happened to me. I just sleepy. I tired. The first round I fight and I just not there. I know something not right. I don't remember anything from. I don't remember coming off the stool in the corner. I remember only the second knockdown. Remember Francis Ngannou said that? But in the same interview, he also said after the first knockdown, he wasn't even really like he got knocked down, but it was like, okay, what is going on? Why am I on the floor from this punch? Like, oh, I thought you didn't remember anything from after the second knockdown. That was his words. His own words. He didn't remember nothing after the second knockdown. But he remembered getting knocked down the first time and then trying to figure out, wait, what am I doing? Like the punch itself wasn't so hard. Didn't he say when he got knocked down, he said he didn't feel anything? He was just knocked out? You seem to remember what happened in the ring at the end of the fight. And even as he's explaining what happened and what was going through his mind, what the fuck do you have all this time to give thought to all this shit going on? He make it seem like Anthony Joshua knocked him down, then said, hey, process everything. I'm going to go in the corner and wait. Let me know after you figure it out. And he's, okay, why am I on the floor? What happened? That punch wasn't that hard to me. This doesn't make any sense. Why am I? No. Excuses. And this is all we get. Excuses. People fail drug tests. They can't remember what they put in their body all of a sudden. Yet, when everything's going well, I have a strict diet. I eat the same things all the time. My routine is, I have a strength and conditioning coach. I have my own chef and then, this and that. And I'm very careful of what I put in my body. Then all of a sudden, you end up drinking some tea that your grandmother gave you. You end up eating some bad fucking meat. Everything is an excuse. Have y'all ever wondered why they going so hard at Conor Ben? But not Alicia, not Dillian White? Huh? I'm just saying, right? Doesn't it make you, what was so different with Conor's situation than everybody else's? Right? So it just makes you think. People pick and choose. Who's worthy, who's not. Who will be gracious to, who's not. I mean, they ransacked, Jarrell Big Pharmacy Miller. And he fell how many times? Okay, how many times did Dillian White fail? Just saying. So it makes you think, right? And then when you ask people questions about certain things, they get in their feelings like they don't understand these legit questions. I'm innocent. Shut the fuck up with that nonsense. Everybody's always innocent. And let me tell you, I know things can happen and you can be innocent in situations and look guilty. I know. But I just don't understand how, as men, you feel okay to be a part of the go along, get along gang and want to make excuses for people when you know damn well yourself you call bullshit on fighters when you don't care about them. As I said before, any fighter right now, your corner is supposed to speak on your behalf and stand with you, which is why Ryan Garcia and his people look like nonsense right now. Okay, but at the end of the day, if those same people was no longer in your corner and they're managing and training someone else, do you think that they're going to talk about you the same way they used to? Absolutely not. Okay, and speaking of Ryan Garcia, he obviously was interviewed or something, and someone made a comment about him saying he was anti-black or something because he made a comment saying he don't know if George Floyd died from a knee on his neck and or whatever, and why would I speak about Kanye West and all these people? And he says, I don't have, why would I speak of things I have no knowledge of? If I don't have any knowledge of these things, I have no business speaking about it. So no one's going to twist my words. I don't know if you guys heard it yet. And twist my words and try to make it like I'm anti-black. I love God, and that's all. And I'm like, this boy has a fight coming up. It's hard to call these boys men because they don't act like men. They really don't carry themselves. They act like little boys. You have a fight coming up with Devin Haney, and you're sitting up being interviewed, arguing about you being racist or not. You're sitting up here having stupid comments. Say, why the fuck would you be talking about George Floyd, Kanye West, anybody else, right? For someone to say he doesn't talk about issues with black people or whatever the fuck happened, and then he goes to this, and then I love God, and that's it. And he's always in tears. Anytime he's in front of a camera now, anytime something doesn't go his way, he's a fucking crybaby. This is what men are now? This is what we're doing? Is this what we're doing now? I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Men are the new women. We can't accept defeat. Come back next time. We can't admit when things is not in our best favor. We can't admit we make a bad decision about something. And we can't just accept the fact that, you know what? People don't cooperate with you. That's why when I was taking up karate years ago, I remember one time I said to the instructor, I said, you know what I don't like? And this was at the end of one of the sessions. He asked me what he asked all of us if anybody have any questions about anything, concerns, or whatever. And I said, yeah, one thing that I don't like, because coming from a boxing and wrestling background, I know people don't cooperate with you. One thing I don't like is like, you'll say, like, come at me. And then you're like, okay, you'll show us how to come at you. Like, okay, come at me like this, and right? Now, first of all, if I'm holding a baseball bat in my hand, why do I need to be this close to you to hit you? It's a distance weapon, okay? Now, okay, anything, a stick, a hockey stick, okay, a golf club, a broomstick, okay, whatever. It's a distance weapon if you're using it as a weapon. So wouldn't I swing that from back here? Why would I run up to you and do this, and then you, and all this Jim Kelly, shit, like, bro, stop it. That shit is like, no. I said, okay, so instead of saying swing like this, let me swing the way I want to swing, and let's see you block it. You're teaching a class. I don't care that it made him mad. He knew I was right, and the whole class went, yeah, for real. And especially people, we're paying our money. This is a class, yeah? So that was different. And I sparred with him one day, and he learned that shit that you doing in karate class. Those katas and all that shit, yo, like, bro, real life, that shit will get you fucked up in a fight. So you have to be more realistic with your approach and how you're training people. Just like, for example, when you see movies and people got a knife and they, and all this shit. No. In real life, people walk up and they just start poking. Okay? Simple. My point, people, I've always been real and focused. And the more I learned and understood, shit that I thought was real wasn't. You grow and you learn as a person. So by the time you get up here and you becoming this, okay, yeah, you keep learning. You're still learning. It's life. Okay? Yeah, and I've seen people that supposedly know karate, supposedly know how to box and get in a street fight and get their ass whooped, because this here wasn't even, you never used this shit in the fight. You've been in the gym doing this shit, doing katas and little demonstrations. Use it in a fight. Will it work for you? And they learned a lot of that shit. No. This is why the game steps up and people learn it. They add more things, and the approach is different. If being real turns people off, being real and being grounded, it makes people feel some kind of way, so be it. Because the truth of the matter is, we got too many fake people getting in front of cameras, feeding bullshit to people. The youth coming up, they watch all this kind of stuff. They watch stuff they have no business watching. They learn from us. Yeah. Now I'm going to give you an example of something, and then I'm going to shut this, okay? I had a conversation with someone the other day. Sat down with a group of us. And in the conversation, the person says to me, I just don't like the fact that my daughter, then it corrected herself, that my son is being treated disrespectfully. And I said, how is your son being treated disrespectfully? I didn't know you had a son. She's referencing her daughter because her daughter is a dyke, and that's what she calls herself, a dyke. Okay? She doesn't like to be called she. And I said, so what you're saying is, regardless that the fact that your daughter is actually a female, a born female, the fact that she likes to be called he, you feel it disrespectful. She feels it's disrespectful. Okay, if you called me a female and not a man, I'd be insulted and I'd feel some kind of way. No, but that's your preference. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, it's what I am. I'm not a man because I think I am. That's what I am. I am a man. I said, I'm going to show you hypocrisy. Your daughter's threatening men, right? Threatening boys. She's threatening. Okay, so I'm going to explain something to you. And there was a police officer present. I said, if your daughter, who you is saying is your son, because your daughter don't like to be called her or she, well, if she attacks him and he punches her in the face and wipes the floor with her little body, the first thing that's going to come out of your mouth, but she's a girl. And her whole facial expression changed. So while you're walking around here with all of this, there's only one gender, we're all the same, there's no he, her, she, we're just beings bullshit. Okay, well, now compare what I just said and look at what I'm saying with this whole Keith Thurman, Clarissa Shields type shit and stuff like that. Huh? Because in the Army, they have these gender equality boxing matches and these females be getting the shit beat out of them. Well, this is my point. Here's a situation where a boy is letting this girl know, you put your hands on me, I'm going to fuck you up. No, she wants to be a boy, but that's not what she is. So you're being disrespectful because you are calling someone what they are. So I can sit here and tell you guys, do not refer to Aries Zodiac as he or as a man. I am not from Earth, okay? I am from the planet Guggenhagen, okay? And I am of alien descent, and that's how you will address me. Do I really expect somebody to sit here? Hey, Mr. Aries from the planet Guggenhagen. Yeah, man. Well, your alienness. I just wanted to say, no, seriously. This is the mindsets of people. Okay? So when I hear a guy referencing shit the same way that these females do, I'm just being honest with you. This is crazy shit. I don't care what you call yourself. If your birth name was Carl Edwards and all of a sudden now you're Carla Edwards, okay, fine, Carla, you're still a boy. And you can feel what you want to feel. I'm being disrespectful for calling you what you are. I buy a dog, but I tell you it's really a goat. Because I wanted to be a goat. And I'm wrong because you refuse to reference this dog as what it is? I mean, what world do we live in? So, this generation is different. And it's different on a level where it's toxic. It's very toxic. It seems like everybody has mental health issues, some type of they're just manic depressive people running around here, crazy out their mind. You see a guy arguing with someone. He jumps out of his car, walks back to a car. The guy, like, don't be walking up on me, man, whatever. And then he all of a sudden jumps back and runs to the back of his car, get his truck, get his gun, and call this self-defense. No, motherfucker. You got out of your car, walked 2-3 cars back to confront somebody else. They wasn't having it. Now you run to your trunk. This is self-defense because no. This is you assaulting someone, attempting, like you're going to shoot them because they didn't back down for you and you got out your car to go confront them. And it's their fault that you got out of your car? So-called men. Now, we can touch different categories to get to the same point, which is like what I just basically did. And this is my point. Excuses, stupidity. I believe most of us, real boxing purists, real down-to-earth individuals, have stopped taking boxing serious a long time ago. I told you guys, it's not even fun for me to do videos all the time. Then you got, some good people I met on here, and I really do it for you guys. And I do, boxing and what it was and what it is now, it's like, but this is the type of stuff that's going on. This is the type of news that we get. So, if taking some drug to enhance your, elevate your spiritual awareness and enlightening and like all this shit, enlightenment and all that, the other excuse about, 238 was too big. We were experimenting. Remember that? So you're going to experiment in a fight. Not in the gym, but in a fight, you're going to experiment with being bigger than usual. Then we were told 213, 214. That's his best weight. That's his unbeatable weight. He gets that weight and he runs. He gets his ass whooped. And then we hit cryo chamber and all these excuses. Now the weights are so it's always a plethora of excuses as to what went wrong, why he's not the same. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. This shit is disgusting, like really. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what y'all think about all this. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.